Great inventions, genius and gizmos, innovation in our time. First step to the stars. Politics for space innovation on fast forward science reaped the result. It's easy to regard Robert Goddard early rocket as invention, but at first glance, the mighty machine and light poised to how the shuttle Columbia arrived on its maiden voyage may seem too complex, or the product of too many hands to be seen as an innovation. Yet that's just what it is. Goddard's vision writ large. Satellite, shuttle, and planetary probe are also inventions, or more precisely, which is a conjuring of inventions. The first machine to travel beyond Earth's atmosphere launched the space age in a bang, the USSR's Sputnik was a primitive craft about the size of a basketball. It weighed 183 lbs, carried a radio and not much more. That was enough. In 1957, at the height of the Cold War, the notion of Soviet vessels flying the skies above America immediately sparked the creation of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The space race was won, driven by politics, prestige, and occasionally even by science. Invention in space has remained on overdrive ever since. Incredibly, less than 12 years after that first artificial moon beeped its way around the globe, American Neil Armstrong stood on the lunar surface. His journey a triumph of innovation. At once the US beat the Soviet to the moon, the drive into space lost its fascination for many Americans. And that's too bad. For the programs that have followed Apollo, including manned space stations like Skylab and Mir, planetary probes like Voyager and Magellan, and complex satellites like SolarMax are performing wonders of pure research. Thanks to these machines of discovery, we have seen the surface of Mars and observed volcanoes of Jupiter's moons. We have photographed the auras of Saturn and located lost cities on Earth by tracing the long buried track of ancient caravan route, and to be delight of adolescents' voyage everywhere. We have even discovered rings around Uranus. We have yet to launch a ship to reach the star, but at time's invitation to futurists took a crack at designing just such a vessel. The result, the star wish, can be seen on the following page. In 1981, Space Shuttle Columbia prepared for lift off on April 12, 1981. The craft broke apart during re-entry to the atmosphere 22 years later on February 1st, 2003, killing all 7 astronauts aboard. 1973, Skylab. The first U.S. manned space station, Skylab was put together from spare parts of the Apollo program. Its cylindrical main unit was the dry third stage of the Saturn V rocket. Astronauts traveled to it in Apollo command vehicle 3 crews of 3 astronauts occupied the Skylab workshop for a total of 171 days, conducting experiments in zero gravity. Skylab was planned to remain aloft for 8 to 10 years, but its orbit was affected by solar flare, and it burned up and scattered in pieces over the Indian Ocean in July 1979. 1957, Sputnik II. The success of Sputnik first, launched on October 1st, 1957, shocked Americans, but US egos already bruised took another serious hit only a month later when the Soviet launched Hero space moth Laika into orbit in a craft that was 6 times heavier. Re-entry? Forget it. Laika was put to sleep in orbit. Or so went to the story. 1969, Lunar Landing Module. Unsung workhorse of the Apollo program, the Lunar Landing Module, or LM, was used only 6 times on missions dating from July 1969 to December 1972. It has 18 engines, 2 large rockets, one for descent to the moon and another for return to the Apollo's command module in lunar orbit, and 16 low altitude control engines. Next star, the stars, us, Alpha Centauri, engine Robert Ford, and theoretical physicist Friedman Dyson dreamed of this hypothetical interstellar Voyager project the year of launch 2503. Microwave beamed into space. Carrying its own fuel will make Starwish much too heavy to go fast. Instead, it will get power from microwaves generated by a huge solar-powered satellite. In between launches, the satellite would send the power down to us to be sold. Solar-powered satellite to generate as much energy as Hoover Dam. Its panel will be 6 miles, 10 kilometers long. Microwaves. Range, it will be up to 30,000 miles, 48,000 kilometers across, 4 times the size of us. 4 times the size of us. And focused through huge lens, made from rings of aluminum and floating far out in space. The lens will focus the microwave on Starwish. Concentrated energy will fling the ship starward with 115 times the force of gravity. Computer chips, 100 billion light-sensitive microprocessor linked by microscopy wires make Starwish, a combination camera, brain, and transmitter. May someday launch a spacecraft to the stars. After 2 weeks of microwave blasting, Starwish, traveling at 1/5 the speed of light, would coast to Alpha Centauri in 21 years. Once it arrives, another short-burst microwave would provide electricity to run the ship's microprocessor, letting Starwish transmit images back home. Starwish. Although it spans 4 miles, 6 kilometers, Starwish weighs only 1 ounce, 28 grams. The carry passenger, ship, land, and power station. It would have to be 1 million times bigger. It could be possible in 500 years or so. Solar System missions. 1977, Voyager 1. On October 18th, 1980, 3 years after its 1977 launch, Voyager 1 took this magnificent picture of Saturn. The planetary probe discovered 3 new moons of Saturn as well as 1,000 new rings. Voyager is now the most distant man-made object in the universe. 1980, Solar Max satellite. The craft was built to study the sun during a cycle of intense sunspot, the Solar Max, but its mission was threatened 9 months later, and a simple electrical fuse blew, and it could no longer point toward the sun. 3 years later, a shuttle rescue mission repaired the problem, and the satellite went on to provide a wealth of data on the sun's working. 1998, Trace satellite. The Trace craft, Transition Region and Colonel Explorer, was designed to study the sun during one of the star's period of maximum flare above, which affect our weather and communications. The 469 LB satellite was dropped into its orbit 230 miles above Earth by a rocket dropped from a jet flying at 39,000 feet. 1997, Sojourner robot. This planetary probe, only 1 feet tall and 2 feet long, landed on the surface of Mars on July 4th, tucked inside a large Pathfinder landing vehicle, and employed 5 laser beams to help detect obstructions like this lab, which NASA scientists playfully christened Yogi. Controlled from Earth, the probe moved slowly, only 2 feet per minute. Sojourner conducted 20 chemical analyses of Martian soil and lasted 3 times its design lifetime of 30 days.